This is the scene from the movie 13. It came out in the early 2000s when I was actually about the age of 13. And growing up, I always felt like this character, Evie Zamora, really understood what I was going through and understood my middle school experience. But when you watch this movie, you're going to see some pretty shocking things, like these two very underage girls kissing an adult man actor. You're going to see them talking about drugs, engaging in drugs, kissing each other, kissing boys in front of each other, talking about things that they have done intimately with other boys. And all of this stuff went on when I was in middle school. I participated in things like this. It's definitely a pretty realistic time of my middle school life. That being said, should that story be told on television for people to make money? So I've been making videos about this television show, Degrassi. And I've been talking about how it was groundbreaking in so many ways, but very problematic and leaning on child exploitation in other ways. Specifically, the examples I brought up is doing a close-up shot of a minor in a thong and doing a scene where an underage minor is playing around with a penis pump. And then also bringing up the fact that in season 3, when they did a season about sexuality and a boy understanding that he's gay, a bunch of shirts started being produced that said "Do Me Marco," the name of the character. And the actor who plays Marco had to tell his fellow castmates, like, please stop buying these shirts. Like, I don't like, you know? So people were going around saying "Do Me Marco," and they were referring to this underage actor when they said that. And people like to defend Degrassi because they're like, this was such an honest portrayal of what high school is. There are very many problematic scenes in this movie that I'm like, oh, finally, an honest portrayal of what my middle school experience is. I think those things should not have been shown on camera. There's other ways to educate people about problematic things that teens are going through that doesn't involve exploiting them for money. Especially when this movie with 13, this movie was based off of this actress, Nikki Reed's real life. It was based off of her real life. And similarly with Degrassi, the show wasn't necessarily based off of the actors' real lives, but they would incorporate things that they were going through in their awkward years of development on the show. So like the actor who played Marco is actually gay, and he was trying to understand his sexuality as his character was also trying to understand his sexuality. And, you know, eating disorder, self-harm, all of these things are things that these characters were grappling with in real life. And also, sometimes their characters were grappling with them as well. And is that really something we should be promoting? Like, I get, looking back at Degrassi, I'm always like, oh, this feels like my childhood. But I also feel like this feels like my childhood too. And I think that there needs to be room for us to say that Degrassi was groundbreaking when it happened. But because of Degrassi, we learned a lot about how we treat underage actors. And we will not be making decisions like we did in Degrassi Next Generation in a new iteration of teen media. And recognizing that this particular era of teen media is a relic of the past.